from what I hear, like one artist, Chief Keef, come from Chicago, right? So he was the first, I think they said. That drill assault, I mean, Chicago rap. And then from he came out, there's a bunch of dudes just keep coming out. Chicago is on the map. If you get one artist from Turks and Caicos go mainstream, could have soca, whatever
it is,
Haitian music, anything at all, that would automatically turn a gaze, entertain, and like music-wise right here.
Finally made it, we lit, we lit, we lit, we made it, we lit. We finally made it, we lit. We finally made it, we lit. Yeah, not many people know what it is to be right here. I told them this whole year that this was my year. I do it forever, I do it, I swear. Cause I come from it.
It's your girl, Lady Lives out here on the ones and twos on the Open Thought platform with some of the most phenomenal group artists I think I've met all my life. I got the honor of doing an interview with the great Blackout. I remember Blackout from a young kid. They were the first group to ever put me in a studio in a time where I feel like technology was just breaking out. There wasn't a lot of people here who had a studio. Blackout not only had one of the best studios home, if you was talented, there was no animosity. Like, you were welcome. And big shout out to my brother Kailan, because he is the one who really and truly introduced me to Blackout. But from the moment I met him, it was all love. And this group set a very solid, strong foundation for who I am today as an artist. So without further more, I'm put the platform to you guys and tell me more about Blackout.
You want to start?
More.
I would say Blackout is more of a family than a group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You come there, it's like you said, when you get in the studio, you come there, you have talent. It was more about the love of the music. Like you say, we come there, you have music, a song in your mind, a beat. Everybody wants to jump on. Everybody just want to make sure that we put out the best product we could possibly put out at the time.
That's it.
You know, and like you said, there was no animosity in the group. It was, if we doing a song and your verse is better than mine, either I got to step up my game or I got to step off the song.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was true.
Oh, it's good competition, you know what I mean? Brings out the best.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, they would say the group had a leader. The group had no leader.
Right.
You know, everybody was just, you know, I took advice from Orane. Orane took advice from me. And that's how we were. Jabba, Kuttless, Appy.
R.I.P. to Jabba, though.
Yeah,
R.I.P. to Jabba.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was gonna get into that. Like, I see we got 2 members here from Blackout today, but could you guys go more into, you know, the other members, who they are, when did they come about, and how did you meet them?
I think it was you and Kuttless first.
Actually,
You and Jabba.
the group,
I mean, y'all know each other before me, though.
I knew Kuttless before I knew all of you guys.
But the group was me and you first.
Yeah, it was mainly me and you.
Yeah.
It started, it was so crazy. When I first moved back home, there was no place to really record. There was like maybe 2 studios recording out by quintet. And
Right. Shout out to Quintet.
You remember those days?
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah.
I remember those days.
so I recorded a few songs there. Our manager, rest in peace, Wayne.
Wayne Douglas, for
Wayne
sure.
Douglas,
R.I.P.
our manager decided that, you know, he wanted to give us a studio. He hooked me up with Jabba to do some vocals on a song. I heard him sing and I was like, wow. We just started.
That big voice, man. Jabba got that big voice.
You know, Kuttless actually worked right down the street from where I lived when I moved back on the airport road. He worked inside a record store and we used to hang out, we used to talk, and we started gelling on that level. Appy, who's Orane's brother, was nowhere around at the time. He didn't come around until the second Blackout show?
Yes, second one.
And what we did is once I got the studio in the back of Glass Shack, the people that I gelled with before, I was like, we got a spot, come true.
Yeah, that was it.
And it stick, you know, Blackout at one point was, 7 members or more? And then the original foundation and stuff just stuck. Like people came and then
left.
Right.
The original crew, the 5, and so they just stayed. Yeah. We
Right?
never broke up.
Like Destiny's Child. No. So then how did y'all come up with that name? Like how did the name Blackout?
Eustace, go ahead, man. You're doing good, bro.
I worked at the power plant.
There we go.
Jabba worked at the power plant.
Okay.
So we control the power.
Right.
It's a blackout.
We
Turn
was
this
just
with
scraping stuff on the desk one day, and it was like, okay, what are we gonna name ourselves? We had a bunch of blackouts at the time. It was like Blackout. You just had to spell
Yeah,
it.
it was a blackout. That
No,
night.
I mean it sounds great.
It was a blackout.
At night.
We had a lot of blackouts back in those days. When,
Power, you remember there's no reason power gone. You be like,
so
what's-
the name just stuck.
Right.
Yeah, we just changed the spelling a bit, and then that's what we went with.
No, it's BOC.
Right, yeah. So how many, what kind of sort of challenges did you guys face? So you got 7 members in the group. You know, what sort of challenges did you guys face early on in your career? How did y'all handle it? Was there
I talk
any,
about this all the time.
any group drama?
Nah, we never had really
Group drama. I don't think we had group drama. It was like I said, Blackout was a family.
Yeah.
Right.
So you had family problems.
Disputes, disagreement, your
Like
point
brothers
of
and
view.
sisters, like
Yeah, for sure.
It's like
They
that.
had that.
But
But me, no drama. Never. I'm always chilling.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, we learned from each other. So, like everybody in the group had their own style.
right.
You know, I say this kind of reluctantly. When I first started doing music, I was doing some very depressing stuff, and these guys would have been like, "Yo,
That's
you
true.
gotta kill that. You
Right.
gotta be putting that stuff out."
You look at bigger picture and just like, thank God, we got through those times.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Jabba was a Biggie's fan and stuff, so you know all this energy and stuff kind of mimic what Biggie did.
Right.
Kuttless was a Cash Money type guy and stuff, so he
That was it? Yeah, I always try to warn them, man. That was it?
no.
That was it? For real? Cash
And
money?
then
But that was a good vibe.
yeah, happy Jay-Z fan.
Jay-Z, Jigga.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a little jigger in his voice when I heard him speak.
When I first started doing, I was a big Tupac fan. I mean, I could mimic Tupac. It was
You're right.
shameful.
One thing I always appreciated about the content of your music was you were very lyrical.
Yeah, I used to
I could tell that when
emotion
you wrote a
is
song.
deep.
Yeah.
It's deep, right?
And
Deep.
emotion plus like a good story.
Yeah,
And then you chopped it up well. And I was just like, man, Swann is it. Like,
yeah, for sure.
you definitely, you taught me about thinking before you speak. And I could tell like you put thought behind your music
Yeah.
before you.
Yeah, for real, bro. Like when they used to call me and say, "Yo, Blinga, check this out. Listen to this song." I used to always like, "Yeah, I want to hear what you say because I want to hear this." And I mean, because you always telling some story, bro. Like, I remember you, bro. You don't even know when you talk that story, bro. That's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
And yeah.
Yo, and that's why I came up with that chorus. Now I just fed off of that energy, that pain, and I just came with the chorus. Cause yo, this dude, I'm like, he put me in my feelings, my mind, like,
Yeah.
my Lord. You know what I mean, he was going through it, bro.
No, I can be honest with you. There's a saying I learned: say, a rich man can play poor, but a poor man can't play rich forever.
Yeah.
I always believe as an artist or actor, whatever you're doing, you gotta come from a real place. Because at the end of the day, I could fake being a gangster. I could fake having money. But eventually, I could start saying some stuff that people who actually
Really?
in that life are gonna be like, you know, I'm talking about being a gangster and talking about a revolver like it's an automatic gun. And you'd be like, what?
Yeah, 2 + 2.
And I think it's easier to be yourself, man. It's easier to be yourself when you're out in public when they know your music, they know your style, and that's you, that's your personality. It just makes it easier. When you're out there putting on an image, you gotta always match that image in public.
Yeah.
If you're putting on that gangster image, you can't be going out there acting like a clown. You gotta be always, putting on that image. And the energy, you don't want that.
Yeah, the energy you put out
Yeah,
there,
why
you
not?
get back.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
you fake.
Yo,
yeah, fake
music
energy.
changed, really. Music anymore. It's pretty much like a battlefield. It's becoming a dangerous occupation, bro. These
Right.
dudes literally killing each other out. Here, not really here, the music, but in Jamaica, in America, you hear all these rappers, they beef, see you in the street, they mean that. I can't believe it. All these young dudes just getting killed by ops this, ops that. And they praise that. They always go, you can't rub salt into a wound, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We got drama. I see you, I say what I gotta say. We leave that. I'm not gonna go on public TV. I'm like, yo, this dude, so you sitting on the other end like this, okay. You know what I mean? I'm feeding anger into you.
Right,
We just pouring anger in each other's cup. Like, yeah, let me see how much you can take. You know what I mean? Then it explodes.
So then, would you say that a lot of Blackout's music comes from an honest?
Yes, we start from more pure music because we weren't trying to add to the fuel. Yeah, we weren't.
Right.
You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
We weren't. We probably tried that, but the people that were around us would prefer those kind of music.
Right.
You know what I mean? The people that were surrounding our circle, they like to play that to their friends, and they were more of a.
With that said, now we did some songs that I wouldn't let my daughter hear today.
Yeah. But those songs never really.
No, but they never made
They
it
never
out.
go anywhere. Yeah, those songs
But
stuck.
once again, it like a lot of the stuff came from a true
Place.
place.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just certain things that you could not play on the radio.
At that time.
At that time.
Yeah. Like,
That time.
Even,
That
matter of
time.
fact, I remember we had a little. It was the college that kind of. The community college in Grand Turk was talking about us, saying like, "Oh, they gotta take him off the radio." We did a song called "No Name, No Number." Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Happy just prayed. I was like, oh my God, what do we?
It was the song, like I said, a lot of
My
things that
loss.
we did. The song "No Name, No Number," just the way it sound, the name of the lyrics, that was
I can't
one
remember
night
that.
stand. The whole song was about a
One
one
night
night stand.
stand.
No name, no
Yeah,
number.
You see, that's not fair though.
But
Because I hear some soca music plays, and if you listen to what they're talking about, bro, that ain't no joke.
no, but it's the thing.
Even the famous people, what do you think they're singing about?
It's
Eating
the
candy?
thing. It's the thing, and I think what was different from what we did with songs like that, we, like the soca artists, you're talking about a subject, but you're not blunt out there and just saying, "Oh, we're gonna go do this."
Right.
You gotta be clever with it. There was like a soca song one time I heard. The whole song was about "She Wanna Borrow Me Iron."
She want to borrow my ad?
Yeah, it was like, my iron press the best and all that. Now as an artist, as a person listening, yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that song. That sounded like.
No, this was like
Say it.
it was like the neighbor want to come across and she want to borrow my iron and my wife don't want me to lend her my iron and all that. But he was clever
it
about
was
it.
clever.
So
It
you
was
could
very
see.
witty. Yeah.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
you find artists that just like, I'm not even going to take the time out to think on how to be clever about it. I'm just going to say, it's like that shock factor.
Right.
And I think that's what
Yeah, that's what it is. right
music
now.
is missing
Shock.
nowadays, is that cleverness about it.
Would you say then, because you had songs that you couldn't drop at that time because they were risky, they were a bit, would you say then you were ahead of your time? Because we're in an era now where
It's acceptable.
they're extremely over the top. So could you look at it from a point of view where maybe,
I guess in some rights you could say that. But I you might not agree with me, but in some rights, I kind of glad they never came out.
okay, that was my next question. Be like, would you drop them today then? Like if you had a song where you feel like was way ahead of your time?
No,
it
I
was
mean,
a hot
I don't
song.
regret making it because it was fun at the time and we enjoyed it. But like, there's an energy you put out there
Right.
and you can't take it back, and it's gonna affect you, or it's gonna affect your kids, or it's gonna affect somebody else's kids. It's like me going out there saying, "Girl, pop it, drop it, do this, and give it up, whatever the case."
Right, right.
At the end of the day, if my daughter's sitting down listening to that and she's doing it, I'm gonna be like, "Yo, why you listening to this?" But then if I am the one putting that out for somebody else's daughter to do it,
You don't want to be
I-
a hypocrite.
exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that we did, and like I said, I wouldn't take it back for the world because we had fun. We were honest with ourselves when we did it.
Yeah.
But I am so
Glad.
happy that I never made it out there.
I never had none of those songs, really.
Yes, you did.
Eustace guy, it's always a feature, and I feature one of them songs.
No.
It just go
There was a
wild.
particular song, I wouldn't name it. It was a particular song that him and his brother did.
Oh man, when you put them together,
Yeah.
look at his face right now. He knows.
I'll try to remember.
No,
Yo,
you don't.
there's a lot of songs, Libby. We got songs right now. I got a box with some old music from Pop, DJ Pop. I think from we used to play on the radio. I think I can't remember which radio station. He gave me this big box. I'm like, my lord, we had this much music. That's
Right.
old stuff. I probably could find a box double that size with new stuff.
Right.
I just
Right.
I just threw that box away. I didn't even like. I'm like, boy,
You got catalog.
old stuff, loads of music, bro.
So then, what was out of your entire catalog? What was the biggest Blackout performance? And like, how did you
mean
guys
as far
come?
as like performances in show or performances in what song?
It's both. So like, let's go with show. Like, what was y'all biggest show for?
I think it's that place in Canada, bro. That room where they had the three clubs.
I would say that was probably one of the biggest audience, but I wouldn't.
Yo, we mean lit. We mean the crowd reaction and everything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that was our biggest show.
Right, let me hear it.
I think our first show was.
What?
Our first show that was produced by David Bourne, like right over there by Braden Hall. You remember we came, I think to this day I've been seeing any other artists mimic that. And if somebody did and stuff, tell me, we had backup dancers, we had set changes. We
The
had
facts.
Yo, that was crazy.
Yup.
That was a whole Broadway show, like.
A Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, so
Right.
we had like
Yeah, that was crazy.
full on production. And back then, I can be honest, when we did the show, I was nervous.
Everybody was nervous.
You know, and David, actually we had like a 2-3 week head start.
Yeah, I practiced the routine.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I remember like yesterday, my manager called, Green called, it's like, you want to do a show? It's like, okay. All right. I didn't think it was going to be, I think it was going to be a few months down. 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, this show is done. He done set the date, he done book reading all. I was like, what? So now we got to put together a show, do dance numbers, get backup dancers. We had t-shirts printed up. We had tank tops for the girls. We had hats.
Yo, it's like what them dudes do in America right now. When they do the big show, you have Jake show come out and the whole stage work and all that. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, and
but just on a smaller scale.
Yeah, and the thing is, and David Bourne
was the coordinator.
He's the one who we got to put the show together, choreograph the whole show.
And he had experience in that, He does that, so.
And I can be honest with you, I think that was one of the best shows we ever did.
For real.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but David, I can tell you one thing about David, you gotta respect him. David respects time.
Yeah.
So,
professional.
Yeah.
And that show, I think this is around the time when I think Mike them the first got in power.
Yeah.
So they had like a whole section set aside for them because they showed up to the show. And David was like, the show is gonna start this time, and we're gonna give maybe a 5-minute, leeway time for if the ministers show up, but we start. So now I'm backstage and I'm looking through the curtain, and I'm seeing like the 5 people in the audience. My mom, my niece,
right,
and but 3 other people just sitting in the audience. I was like, oh God, this was gonna be a major disaster because like weeks before we were like all about on the airport road. Posters we made, trying to promote the show. We gotta come, everybody show up and everything.
Yo, we used to put in work, physical work.
And keep in mind now, this is a paid show. Like people buying tickets. This wasn't like you just come and show up.
What year was this?
Let's not do that. Let's not.
Show age.
Okay, better yet, would you say it was in a time where social media maybe wasn't the...
No, social media wasn't. I think we had like...
So then you were doing legwork, you were out there. Posters, word of mouth.
Driving around, leaving it here.
All right. Okay, there you go. Say less. There we go. Okay, so it took time and work.
Physical work,
So then boom, day of the show.
But we did the show, like David started the show on time and we performed the whole show. But it was not until the show ended I realized how successful the show was because it started, we had like 5 people in the audience.
Yeah.
By the time it was finished, the place was packed.
Yeah.
Upstairs, downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, they were island time.
Yeah, they were on island time.
Yeah, when we were leaving, people were still
coming in. I'm like, God damn.
Everybody would come in like the show ain't started. No, we finished.
Now we can't start over. We can't, right.
And then we had a big after party at the house and
that was it.
Yeah.
It was lit. That was lit for
the most monumental like that was.
Yeah, I don't think
in Turks.
Yeah.
It's never been done since.
So then that leads me to my second one, because I kind of feel like, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, the most monumental song that you guys had written, if there's something that comes into close second, was a song that within the industry, a US artist, because of copyright infringements or things that went down. Could you tell us more about, there was this one song that, and I remember it being one of the hottest songs.
That when it came out.
Making millions of dollars. And how did that moment, what happened? How did that moment make you feel? And how do you feel today about it?
Oi?
Look, my God. My guy's looking at his water bottle like, you
Eustace,
still.
you want to know?
No, all right. I think it's a mixed emotion.
Right.
One, because it was a little betrayal in it. We did the whole song down in the studio when we were supposed to go to New York to meet up with this producer. I think this producer used to work for Def Jam. We didn't get to go. And the person who connected us with the producer sold the song to the producer, didn't say anything to us. He was on the song and everything. And
Wow.
we were like in the house listening to like BET back then, Rap City was the thing.
Yeah.
And this song come on, I was like, that sounded like our song.
That's the first time you heard it.
Yeah, on
Wow.
Rap City, and it's like,
Yeah, I run out of my room like, what the? I run down to the TV.
so I mean, it was mixed because of the betrayal of the whole thing.
But I
But
think,
then, for me, I think it was kind of a mixed feeling because it was like, well, we actually got what it takes to make it.
and he made the beat too, man. Didn't he make some of the,
Yeah, we made the beat
Together.
in the studio. Written.
so that's it, man. We trust him with it because, you know, I mean, we work together on it. So it's really be a 50-50 project.
Mhm.
So he had a lot of,
Even the cadence or how the chorus was sing, Francis did it.
yeah, she did
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, Francis came up with the lyrics for the song and everything.
Yeah, but it was the opposite of chain hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, we did some songs that should not have come out. That was one of them.
Right.
They cleaned it up a lot.
But that flow, that melody,
Yeah, everything.
the vibe of the song was all,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was done right in the basement in Black Shack.
Yeah, those things happen a lot though.
Yeah.
So then what, like, yeah, do, first and foremost. So then,
Yeah.
with that said, what would you then tell the up and coming artists that are coming out? Like, what advice?
Protect your stuff.
In,
Yeah.
like, in what way? Like, how can we protect our new upcoming artists in an era where
If you could,
putting it out is everything?
I think this is a way, like, you get the lyrics out, you get the CD or a thumb drive, put it in an envelope, mail it to yourself, get some people to stamp that and all that, and put that in a safe.
Like a poor man's copyright.
Yeah, but I mean, nowadays, I think
So why don't you upload them? BMI, yeah.
all those things you could, it's easy to get
Yeah, because they
those
keep,
proper copyrights and things now for like any normal person doing it now. Like back then, it was like this big thing that only superstars could get. That's how our mindset was. Nowadays,
Right.
everything is on the internet.
yeah, it's true.
Would you say, because you said that was something that was, and even me as an artist, where being a young artist, I think everybody has everyone has a talent.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say your talent is singing, your talent is rapping. That's not necessarily that your talent is the business end. And coming from a country where we come from a culture where, you know, you don't have the next Nicki Minaj. You don't have, like, you haven't seen someone
No, we haven't seen.
hit on such a global level. Do you feel as if part of the problem may be the fact that they're in a box? Or do you think home hinders or
I think we need
causes some of the talented artists that we have now having a wrong mindset and not being exposed? Or
I think it's a mixture of we need guidance.
right?
Because I mean, we do a lot of things. I mean, I heard some local artists back then and now, some of the songs that they did like in their basement, in their bedroom. And I listened to the quality of it, and I'm listening to the quality of the lyrics and everything. And I would put them next to any artist that's out there as far as what they're putting out.
Right.
We have a lot of talented people inside this country.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, we don't have the guidance.
Right.
We don't have that person to say, okay, this is what you need to do to get this to that next level. This is how you go about doing it. And there's a lot of that grab all mentality, whereas if I'm not making money off it, or if I'm not benefiting the most off it, I ain't want to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what
Opportunists.
that's what stood us out a lot from a lot of the other artists back then. Was as long as you have the talent, come, let's do this.
Right.
You know, you don't need to be coming up out of your pocket with this and that and the other
Yeah.
thing. It was my pleasure to sit down. If you got some songs, some lyrics, I want to do the beat for that.
Right. You were yeah, that's true.
I want to do the beat
Yeah.
for that.
He was the guy, in all fairness, I can test to that.
Beat
He
maker.
definitely was the guy for that.
Yeah. So,
Beat maker.
Yep.
so the thing about it is, and then I am willing to teach you my mistakes. Don't do this way. We learned it that way. I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember if he was on a show when L32 came from Grand Turk. He was supposed to perform on the BET Music Festival. I don't know if you were one of the artists.
No, that was probably Kailan. He bring the construction crew with him.
Yeah.
Right. That's Kailan.
Construction crew, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only other one.
And I remember he was practicing down in the basement with us for the performance.
Right.
And we were like, okay, first thing you calm down. And mind all of these things that we learned it from our manager. At the time, was 60-something-year-old white man who listened to country and western music.
Yeah.
Right. He knew the business.
Yeah. We seeing TV, so we thinking when we jump on stage, everybody got to be on the front. He's like, no. If this person's singing, he in the front, everybody big support. When that person go, and you start to learn how to work on stage.
Yeah, move on stage.
Right.
Yeah. You gotta learn that.
We learned it. When they came down performing, I remember when they were doing the rehearsal.
Yeah.
32
in the back.
a girl singing back then. He had a popular song. I can't remember what the song was, but he had a popular song back then. And the girl was singing, and as she's singing, he's back and forth on the stage. And I'm like, no. You step back.
Yeah,
Let her do her thing. Let her get her shine. Then you come back on. And they did it. They learned what we taught them. They went on stage, excellent performance. They killed it.
Right.
But is that sharing the knowledge?
Knowing like stage presence and you just don't know. Honestly, like you said, your talent is this. I find too, like, a hype man is a talented person because I know some very shy artists who are extremely talented who are mainstream, but they cannot get a crowd going.
No.
You need that DJ Khaled. You need that front runner.
You need that. Even if a guy in the back playing the music, he got a mic right there. He's like, everybody, let's go. You know what I mean? Just
But the thing is, even with you talking about hype man, a hype man is more than just making noise in the background. You gotta understand the artists that you're hyping up for.
Yeah.
And fortunately, like with us, we were our own hype man.
Yes.
So like, if Appy's out in the front rapping his verse, we done practiced this so much.
We know all the words.
He would mess up on this part. So I know I gotta be listening for if he mess up.
Right.
I can kind of
catch it.
And you don't even know something just went wrong.
Right.
The chemistry is so good on stage.
Hey.
But at the same
So
time.
I don't mean to just saying that. There's a footage on YouTube where was in Britain and we're singing that. Girl, is you famous? Na, na, na. And the instrumental stopped. And he just thought. Yeah, we sing it to that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know what's that?
And the thing about
that's
people
crazy.
listen to it and they thought it was planned.
Not
It wasn't planned.
But you have to know how to make it work. But I was saying that.
Can we do that too, on home? He just started knocking, and we just started freestyling. So it was natural. It was natural.
Yeah. I've seen like some guys perform. They're supposed to be hype men, or they performing together. And all these things we listen for is like me and you doing a song together, and you're the lead singer, and I'm the backup. But my mic is louder than yours, but I refuse to let that mic go.
No,
I'm the loudest on stage, and they can't even hear you.
Right.
You gotta learn how to do that transition good and stuff, but you don't even know
Mic switch.
what's going on. All of those things you listen for, but it comes with time, it comes from practice, it also comes from you wanting the music to shine.
Right, yes.
Just you.
You know, as you say that, I remember Appy teaching me about, all right, let's say you have an artist on a song. You know, you're self-aware enough to know where your talent lies too. So sometimes you will feature on a song with somebody who you know hard. Who you know probably gonna do a verse that gonna outshine you. They might even skip your verse and jump to Homeboy's verse quicker than. So he taught me about balance in a song. He says, do you think playing a song from 0 to 1, it's a 3-minute song, you play it from 0 to 1, is that a successful song? And when you thought about what is the success of a song, then he says sometimes it's not about dumbing down your verse or bringing your verse up. It's about finding that medium where, okay, you hear a verse, you got to match it because you want the first. It all to sort of correlate.
Yeah.
And then when you start to have that mentality, you start to think of like the full, track. Like you want to be able to have a full success. I think it's an unsuccessful song if you gotta skip the first verse. Yeah. Jump to the chorus. You jump to your best bits. So.
Pick out what you want.
Right. The way that you guys gelled on stage, would you then think like what happened? Like how did the death of Jabba affect the group? That was the same chemistry there? Was there moments of?
I mean, before that, everybody was just busy living. When we came back from Canada, we kind of Blackout was still there, we were still alive, but we weren't really like in the studio every day making new music, dropping it out, you know what I mean? And we just, everybody kind of slightly just branch off. But we still cool, you know, Kuttless doing his own thing, more of an high priest, Rasta kind of vibe, culture kind of music. Eustace make beats, but I mean, he working on something now, but for a long time here, right? Yeah. Put nothing out.
Most of my energy right now, as far as music goes, I try to work with the youth center.
Right.
Yeah, you working with them.
Next generation coming up, whether it's the pageants or the young guys, anything that I can teach them.
That's where you're at.
You know, I try to pass it on to whoever's willing to learn.
Is that your you know, thinking behind what success is for you as an artist now? You think maybe teaching and giving back versus, because I see Blinga, like I say, Blinga dropping hot stuff every day. Blinga just out here hot on these streets. I just be like, man, and it'd be fire every day. So I know everyone has their own approach on how they want to give back, or how they want to be out there, what kind of legendary legacy they want to leave.
I can be honest with you, with me, my main thing with music was never really to say be out front. Music started off with me as a outlet.
Right.
Going through stuff, that's the only way you know how to talk to people about your personal issues. So you put it in a song.
Right.
You know, so
therapy.
Yeah, that's how I started off with music. And then I started to really love it and enjoy it when we got together as a group, as a family, and you know, you start bouncing ideas off each other, you performing. But it was never necessarily really to be out front. It was always to put the best quality product down.
Right.
There's something about when you're sitting down and somebody like, this song was like, the Techno was telling me one time, saying he had a song that we did, because Techno was the DJ who, like, if Techno was playing your stuff, you made it back then, you know? And
Techno
Greg being and stuff, who don't know him as Techno sounds and stuff. I mean, every DJ that's doing anything right now.
That's him. Yup.
You know, so when Techno told me one time, we were sitting down in the car and he was playing like one of our tracks. And somebody came, because you had a lot of hate back then, for no reason.
No, for real. Yeah, I think it's...
We need to talk about that. We need to talk about that.
So somebody came in the car and it was like, wow, that's the new Eminem, that's the new this. And he's just like, he's just sitting down just listening to him. And they hyping up the song, song bad. So after they don't finish talking, the song don't finish, he say, that's Blackout. Who Blackout?
Right.
That's Blackout. Blackout from, the song, right? You know, I mean.
All of a sudden, the energy changed.
You know?
Hey, let me get one like that too. So I think we were doing a show in Glass Shack, right? And I think Kuttless went up before me, this performance. I was just in the crowd standing up with some of my brothers. And while Kuttless performing, this guy just walked from out of nowhere and he stand next to me. And he was like he was saying like, get off the stage. So I didn't say anything. The next guy who sat next to him on the other side said to him like, why? They don't sound good? He's like, nah, I ain't saying he ain't sound good, but I'm waiting because I want to hear the butt, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's my group. I want to hear what's going on.
Right.
I mean, he can't find it. He just said, get off the stage for no reason. Because the guy said, hey, what happened? He ain't sound good. He's like, nah, I ain't saying he ain't sound good, but why you hating then?
It's local.
Dude, people don't want to see you above them. That's it, you know?
Yeah. Right. They will see you doing good, but not better than them.
Nobody wants you above them. Right now, the same persons who you're going to go out with and perform to, there's 90%, there's a lot of them in there who probably love music and would like to see themselves in that position. You know what I mean? Even if they don't admit it for themselves, but it's just jealousy, or they just don't want to see you do good for real, man. That's just, because there's nothing else. They don't know you personally. You've never done anything physically or anything to them, but yet still they just don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to go out there and be like, yo, live it, it's hot. It's easier to say, live it.
You know,
it's easier to do that than to literally tell you, yo, you're hot, you fire, keep doing it, keep pushing it. I mess with your stuff. Subscribe, follow, share. They ain't doing that.
I think Drake said it best. I don't even think it's okay.
It's easier to hate.
I think it's jealousy. Jealousy is a oddly satisfying feeling when you get it from people, because it has to be love and hate at the same time.
But it's changing in Turks, no doubt. They're opening up the local talents more. Where we see a lot of local talent get get a positive response out there when you go on stage shows and performing. Because I'm out there, right? And I mean, I see them, I hear the music playing in the club, and you stop and you look, and you realize, everybody vibing to that. You know what I mean? Everybody vibing to that. You know? And even me, you know, like, I was telling one of my coworkers, like, man, boy, a lot of people know me.
No, facts.
Like, people who I don't know me. I'm like, freak, so I'll be somewhere and somebody walk, bling, oh, I'm like, okay, yeah.
You don't even go by your government no more.
Yeah, so it's weird still because you don't know who don't like or who like. When everybody know you, everybody could point you out. You know what I mean? It's kind of chilling, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you can't hide really, you know what I mean? I don't have any enemy out there, I'm just saying, but just to know that anybody anywhere could identify you anywhere at any time is...
Well, you know, how you out there, would you say then, because there's another hit, I want to bring up the song, The Brighter Day.
That's a legendary song.
How do you, like, first and foremost, what got you to write?
Wait, he did the original first. That song existed before.
It went on.
I jumped on it. It was out before then, right? It was
Before Blackout.
Yeah, that was before.
wow.
Yeah, that was before.
That was him reigning solo. Yeah, that was Eustace reigning. That was all him.
Right.
That was all him.
What
I think that
encouraged you
song
to even sit in?
was the spark for Blackout. That song,
Would you say that was probably, apart from the song that the naiveness in the industry does, that was the song that sparked Blackout to be who they are?
It's a world song, you know. It can be appreciated worldwide, like Heal the World or
right.
You know, them kind of song. You know, I mean, it's a world song where you can sing it anywhere.
But you know the funny part about that song, how that came about? I was in a talent show. I graduated high school in the Bahamas. And we met up with these guys were putting on a talent show, rappers, singers, whatever. And my brother, I was gonna write a song for the show. My brother's like, you know something? Everybody's gonna come out there, gonna try to get a crowd hype. Everybody's gonna come out there and, you know, try to put up your hands and all that. Write something different, along the lines of a Tupac, you know, something Dear Mama type thing.
Right.
It's genius.
Yeah, and I was like,
Genius.
So I wrote the song, A Brighter Day. Back then I never performed on stage. That was the first time I've been in front of an audience other than writing music in my house and rapping to myself. And the performance was terrible.
Right.
I mean, we did the song. I remember we were rehearsing it in the parking lot, and this Rasta guy was like, and I think he was performing. And as we performing the song, playing the music in the car, the guy came up and was like, yo, what that is? I don't even listen to rap and everything, but that song, because of the message behind it. And when we perform on stage, I remember being up on stage, locking like one spot. I was looking at my girlfriend over here and the judges over here. And this was me the whole time.
Right.
Hoping I don't forget my lyrics. And I came here when I did the song, I did it with Quintet, but what really made the song popular was the show was on Voices.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a big,
I remember
So that song got played at least minimum 3-4 times a day, every day, and so
Every
pretty
day.
much just because it was a theme song for Voices.
Did you guys also have a song on Tempo?
What
Tempo.
song was again, bro?
Man, and I remember sitting down watching this Caribbean network.
Yeah, I think it was Pimpin' the Game.
Man, listen, I remember sitting
Pimpin' the
down
Game,
thinking, I know the
yes.
most famous people right now in Turks because they got their song up on a hot, platform.
That's Pimpin' the Game.
I didn't even know that.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, there's so many stuff we're overlooking right now. You don't even
Is
believe
Temple even still around?
No, but it was definitely the sound of the Caribbean at the time.
Yeah.
And if your song or video hit that, or
it's gone.
yeah, it was
It's like Caribbean BT.
It's like World Star back. It was like a World Star platform. It was you as the hot,
That's what's up.
popping new artist of the Caribbean. And I just remember being enamored as, Blackout. They were it.
Yeah, and we traveled the whole island too, like travel from here to where haven't we performed in Turks? I think we did South Regatta one time.
Yeah, South.
Grand Turk is
Middle Cages.
We ain't been Middle Cages?
No.
No, you never been middle.
I mean
No,
to
not
perform.
Okay.
We've
Yeah.
been there, but we never.
I ain't think
performed
nobody
somewhere.
been there yet though. Still, I
Yeah, 'cause
know.
the population, man. You
Yeah,
probably
I don't
10 people.
think the grandmother inside the household was gonna appreciate
Right.
guys over there rapping. Yeah.
Do you think we would ever see another Blackout performance? I'm talking.
We do
full-on
have fans
crew.
out there still, real. But the thing about it is, I don't think they'd come unless we're going to make it like a evening kind of thing, where you could come out before certain hours.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the younger generation, they probably familiar, but it's a whole different wave right now.
I can tell you, thanks to like guys like Orane, Appy, Blackout has transcended just being in Turks and Caicos. Blackout is not in Jamaica.
Right.
You have artists over in Jamaica like
Virgo Hype,
Virgo Height.
Yeah.
D
talented.
Official, and D Official is, she's
coming
she's
up.
popular, she's
Yeah.
popular. She got like 400K on Insta and them things.
Right.
She
Yeah,
I know
so
Virgo
200K
Height
on
too is
YouTube.
a
Virgo
hype.
Hype,
Is a hype
So
ass
Reef
artist.
Entertainment, which, like I said, Blackout, which
Yeah.
started in
Started here.
basement. What was the song? If it wasn't for you, where would I be? Who sung that?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. All that is on the Reef Entertainment.
Yes.
Right.
Still on the Blackout. So
Sure.
and this is like recently.
That's recent. The song I did with Aria, I Wish.
Yeah.
That's Da Vinci's on that project.
So Blackout,
So,
I mean,
so we're doing
the
that.
whole legacy of Blackout's still going on.
Yeah.
It's just the original Blackout crew.
Yeah.
We still not performing like that right now.
Who's the biggest artist y'all ever worked with? And how did y'all come up
Was
with
it
that?
Elephant Man or what?
Because that's what I remember. I remember that's another one that
I
was.
would think it's between Elephant Man and Vegas.
Yo,
Vegas was a good song too. I ain't gonna lie, I remember.
well, everybody had their time, right? But I think Elephant Man was the one who made it to the Grammy.
Right.
You know what I mean? For that.
I think that was the one I was seeing on Temple. Now that you say it, like.
Grammy, he reached it. So I think Elephant Man, I would say, was the biggest man. Big up to Mr. Vegas. He dealt with us better
Right.
as a person, but as an artist, Elephant Man is a big artist.
How did y'all come up with those? Like, how did those opportunities come up?
That's Jabba, really.
The Mr. Vegas opportunity came out that was strictly Jabba.
Yeah, that's Jabba.
Jabba.
He was working that magic.
He bucked him in a hotel and he was like, listen.
That was it.
This is the money.
He got
this
it.
is the-
Yeah,
So he said he'd do the song. We came up with the beat, did the song, sent it over to his people. He recorded the verse. Actually, his people came down, recorded us in the studio, sent it over there. He recorded his verse and they did the mix and master and everything.
Yo, and at that time, those same professionals, right? They were asking the guy who bring the music back to Jamaica, like, who are these dudes? Like, they can't believe that the music sounds so good and it's up there. I think they were even planning to copy it in their own way, like knock it over and take the whole idea and run with it. But after the dude told them, like, yo, it's a remix,
Right.
they pulled back. So if they knew that, if you didn't hear that, they'll give me that. They wanted to take that,
Okay.
Yeah, so the guy had to tell him, no, the original is already there. This is a remix, so you can't run with it. It's already published and out in the mainstream,
Right.
so it's already copyrighted and everything is legit, so you can't run with it. If it wasn't the case, you would hear something similar coming out with the same pattern. They change a few things and they go with that idea, just like what happened with the other one.
Yeah.
We was this close for that.
Right.
Oral told me, the camera guy, he told me that. Yeah, bro, that was crazy.
But one thing I can say for back then, it was a lot more fun. Like when we did the music video for Punish Him, we literally just called
That was
the
crazy.
biker boys.
Right.
Those guys and stuff, like everybody who had a street bike back then.
Yeah, they hooked y'all. Yeah.
We shut down Grace Bay.
I
That's pretty much it.
remember.
We shut down Grace Bay all from Big L's, go all the way back to the bank.
Yeah.
Whole
And
section.
nobody was dropping videos
We
like you
closed
guys at
that
that
off.
time either, so it was like,
Nobody was doing it. Like.
no, they didn't understand. They
Nobody
didn't
was
understand the
doing
business
it.
really and truly. Cause
And I always say this: if you, for example, I'm not big in the rap world right now, but from what I hear, one artist, Chief Keef, come from Chicago, right? So he was the first, I think they said, that drill assault, Chicago rap. And then from he came out, there's a bunch of dudes just keep coming up. Chicago's on the map. If you get one artist from Turks and Caicos go mainstream, could have soca, whatever,
Do whatever it is.
Haitian music, anything at all, that would automatically turn a gaze, entertain, and like music-wise right here. So now, other people who have talent will get
Yep. Yeah.
Algorithm.
You open the door.
When you
so,
tag those stuff and it says it's coming from Turks and Caicos,
Yep.
anything else that's on the internet that comes from Turks comes in that.
But it
That
has
line.
to start where the artists ain't fighting against each other.
So that's the thing. I help you, I benefit eventually.
Right.
Whether you want to help me or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you're just gonna bring some attention my way. So no, I take advantage of that and make sure I put my best foot forward.
Right.
To make sure I catch all that and keep it here. Because people are gonna look, you know, the only thing is, you know, if you're gonna keep them watching.
Yeah. That's
People
true.
are gonna glance. They're always gonna glance. People, the eyes like to glance around. So what you just gotta make sure when they glance that way, they zoom in.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. So one person make it out of Turks right now, it will open a gate, whether they like it or not, for others to come through.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is just keep supporting the local music, share it on the internet, share it on everybody's pages, because that's when you share, somebody who you know from England might like that one song, share it for her page.
Yep. Create a network.
To reach Europe,
Yep.
to reach China, it's on TikTok. It's happening right now.
Yeah.
All these new talents that's going viral. That's all it is. Their friends, people sharing.
Do you have new music in your catalog coming out?
Right now. So you know, I just drop on.
Yeah. Fire video
Yo,
too.
crazy. But let me tell you, honestly, I know a lot of the local rappers here, but it's when it come on to, I tell my friends, yo, anybody could go into a studio and record a song.
Right.
We could record a song with the camera guys right now and put them in the studio and turn them into artists. Pimp. But can you sell that?
Right.
That's what it comes down to, you know.
Right.
Selling that. You understand me? You could have the best song. If you can't make 100 million people hear that and catch a vibe to it, it's useless.
It make no sense. Right.
And I can tell you something else. I think a lot what helped us when we were doing the music back in the day. You have to have a presence out in the community.
Yep.
You know the difference between Blackout and a lot of the artists. We weren't going out there trying to, we this and we that, living a life. We weren't. Like the police have a function, we were supporting it. Fire department have a function, we were supporting it. Hell, the Cockett Foundation had a function, we were supporting it.
Yeah.
Anything and stuff that. So we try our best to give back.
And that
You
is
know?
that's called marketing.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the thing is, you'd
That's
be
it.
surprised who supports you.
It's
Yeah.
marketing. You gotta be able to do that. Sell that.
You remember the performance we did down in the pond to the Potcake Foundation, and the audience were literally a bunch of aspects with their puppies and their dogs running about on the stage. You stand up on the tent, your head touching the tent.
Right.
And the sound system was what? Like a boombox?
Yeah.
You know, but
That
the
was
thing
it,
about
though.
it is, those people supported anything that we did. We said we wanted to do something. They
was
said, we
on.
support you with the money because you give back. It wasn't all about you putting on a front, wearing chains and everything like that, doing things like that. Okay, I know you ain't that.
Right.
You struggling to get jitney money, yet you iced out.
Yeah. They
You know,
knew.
so
They
you
could see
balling out of
me.
control and stuff, but you can't buy lunch.
Right.
So you faking that funk. And it is, I think we were saying something earlier about being authentic. Like when I first started doing music, my mentality was like, okay, I'm listening to artists like Tupac and Jay-Z and all these things. I don't live in a place like they live. So how could I talk about, you know, they live inside that life and it's exciting. But then I start to realize it is not where you at. It's how you portray where you at.
Yeah.
Me and you could talk about this bottle, and I could say this bottle is round and it got water in it. And then you could present this bottle that in a way where people would be like, you know something? I want that bottle.
Right.
I've never seen that bottle like this before in my life. But it's all about,
How you saying it?
how you stretch your mind.
Yeah,
Be
yeah,
poetic
yeah.
with it. And I realized, wait a minute, I could talk about Turks.
Yeah. It'd be cool.
Without it just talking about, the sunset and seeing Taurus.
Yeah.
You know?
You got a life going on.
Yeah. When you're telling a story too, man, you gotta, you know what I mean? Sometimes it don't have to be, it's not, you're not confessing anything. You just literally create a story. Movies are like that. Actors are like that. They get an idea, and it's a simple idea, and you just create around that and turn that into a movie or a song or anything. You don't have to live that life. Right now, really, in the music, it seems like you have to live that life, because if you're trapping out there and singing gangster music, they're going to test your gangster. You know what I mean? They're going to test the gangster. But guess what? They're getting that twisted, because it says entertainment.
Yep.
It says entertainment. So we're being entertained. It's not the actual lifestyle where You know what I mean?
If the artists understand that,
I mean, I don't know.
you know, because the thing about it is,
The public sometimes.
yeah,
Public,
it's like,
yo, that's the problem.
the thing about it is, if I'm all right, 6'9", perfect example. You're talking about a life that you're not living, but you actually not only putting it on the songs, you go out there and portraying that on there,
Projecting that energy,
and then when the real come back, you're like, okay.
Yeah, you're
I
scared.
can't just
Yeah.
put this out there now. People actually want to shoot me.
Yep.
People actually want to kill me now because that's what I tell people I am. I told people I'm gangster. I told people I'm this. And you got to realize, okay, is that what you want to get back? Because I guarantee you will come back.
Right.
You know?
So, you see, for local music too, you have DJs. So like people who have influences out in the public, you know what I mean? Is there a way we can get them to like use local stuff more? Use local music, a section some time, like the nightclubs or whatnot. You have a DJ, you know, you're playing, so you have from 9 to 10. Run some
Right.
local music or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They used to do
So-
it one time.
They used to do that one time, but I
I think
think
they still
everybody's
do
about
in
self.
some.
You know, I tell my friends, you know, bro, you have I'm gonna say 2,000 people, but we don't. But you have selectors who can take a song that nobody knows, an artist that nobody knows, and play that song and make it famous. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Unknown artist, but that person has influence.
Yes.
And because that person goes wherever that person goes in this massive crowd, he play that song, he be like, yo, people, check this out. This, that new fish.
And
it's
people
going
will,
hot."
yeah,
And people listen to that.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
6 months later, it's the biggest song. Then you have some other people, they'll sit back and wait for you to do that. And then when the song is hot, they run with it.
Yeah. They only like
So-
you when it's hot.
No, what I'm saying is we need like those kind of people who have the influence, who know that they have that command over the crowd to take the local music and
Pretty
sell
much.
it like it's hot, like how you would do a new song that dropped from your favorite artist. You're gonna drop it and you're gonna play it again and you're gonna pull that up and you're gonna create a noise. I'm like, yo, if you're here with your friend, bam, when you drop it, you
Pretty
sell
much
it.
like what techno sounds
gotta sell
was to us, to our generation. We was doing
Yeah.
That's what,
He
I-
stood at
I
selling
remember
music.
Kino came out with this song, Kino and Kaz. What was it? Girl, you know you looking fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Say less.
When
Say
that
less.
song came out,
That's all it's fine.
That's still a fire song. That's still hot right now.
Greg played that song on the radio literally for an hour straight. Back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
That was a hit.
So it's like you could not know that song.
Yeah, but that's how you do it.
Yeah, but the thing about it is you had that support.
Yep.
You had the DJs was like, you know something, I'm gonna make sure that whatever. So that love, it was you don't see it like that no more.
You need a team.
You know?
You do.
You need a team. I got a team. And it's not like a team like we just go to a bunch of dudes. I'm like, hey, I'm looking for somebody to fill this spot. No, there's a lot of people coming and they're going. You see the one who stick,
That's the ones you work with.
that's part of the team, you know? And they'll see me like trying to do something. I'm like, I'm struggling. They'll pitch in. Bling, what's going on? You doing this? I'm like, yeah, but I can't reach here. They're like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean? Without me asking you, if you don't have a team, you can't do it by yourself.
But it was more,
You
Agreed.
need people out in the street on the radio, like he says. You need people who will share the music. You need somebody like, for example, we're in a party and the DJ's playing. You have one of my brothers, and he go up to the DJ and be like, oh, let me hear some Bling. Oh, what you mean?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
no, you're gonna have to play some Bling out.
No, facts.
You
A
need
push.
all that.
But
Yeah,
back then I
All
must
that.
say it was not just the people that was in your camp. It was like all the DJ. I gotta give respect to all the like Freaky G.
Bro, if you start
Phantom,
calling names, you're gonna get in trouble.
No, it's
Yeah.
like these guys was like
When you start calling names, you get
if
in
one
trouble.
DJ got this song and the other one don't have it, they put you up on the street. Yo, how come this one playing it and I ain't got it?
And that's
I
how
mean,
it should be though. That's
they
healthy
want that.
rivalry though.
You know,
That's how it's supposed to be.
everybody want to promote.
They want to
you.
be the best. Yeah.
You know, it ain't like I gotta beg you, man. Just put it on your spin.
Yep. They have the.
But yo, we do have local DJs playing local music. So yo, shout out to all. I'm not gonna call any names because I don't want to get in no trouble. But y'all know yourself, y'all out there playing it, and I see you and we
respect
see
to
each
those
other. Big up
DJs
to all of the
who do
DJs who play local music.
Yeah.
For real.
Big facts.
Mm-hmm.
Call names though. You gotta just. They gonna hate it for
Try to
you.
get this guy banned.
No, but no, that's and I only say big it up because the opposite end of the spectrum is it sucks because there is a lot of people homegrown that you grew up with, see them face to face. There's a big difference between gaslighting me and supporting me. gaslighting me is when you can spend every hour of your day saying, you're great, you know, you're gonna make it, you're gonna make it, but do nothing for you. Like, especially if you're in a situation where you can, but because it doesn't benefit you in any way, shape, or form, all they're doing is the gaslight. And a lot of artists need to understand that that's not support. That's telling you you're pretty all day, but getting you no modeling job.
We were fortunate enough to have people who were telling us when the songs were not that hot, like,
They're gonna tell you your baby ugly.
you need to step this up or you need to scrap that.
No, that's necessary.
But right now,
that's
So
necessary.
we're fortunate enough
You get
to
to a
have
point where, for example, you're writing a song right now, you don't need me to tell you it's hot anymore.
Yeah.
If I'm writing a song, I don't need anybody to tell me, say, oh, bring it that hard. Because if I can't identify with a hard lyric, then
That's you.
you can't sit down and you're doing a painting, and you can't look at your work and be like, yo.
Well, art is in the eyes of, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah, if you can't admire your own work and look at someone, listen to my song, like, that song good, then you got to be hear it for yourself too.
Yeah,
Straight up.
yeah.
You have to.
So, if I was to wrap everything up in like a major question, what is the definition of success for you guys individually and as a group, as Blackout? Like, what would you think is what would make Blinga the most successful? What is your version of success right now? And what do you foresee Blackout's success? Like, what is your vision?
So for Blackout success, really, it's still under construction. It's still working on. You know what I mean? Even though it might not be me or Eustace that make it out on the mainstream, but the legacy is still going and it's still growing. So it's not finished. It's a continuing story. You know what I mean? For me personally, success is different now than how I'd look at it a couple of years ago. So you know what I mean? Once you got life, you're healthy, you're living, you know what I mean? And if I have my music being appreciated worldwide, internationally, you know what I mean? People taking to it like how I'd like them to take to the music, and I'm being known and appreciated around the world. That's what I'd like. And I still want to reap the benefit, you know what I mean? I'm trying to reap the benefit, but I mean, I like the appreciation of the music because you love your music so much and you want somebody else out there to love it. You know what I mean? When you drop your music and you feel that pain and you know somebody else out there feeling it and can relate it, you want them to let you know, like, yo, I hear you. You know what I mean? But, yeah.
For me, I would say, when I first started doing this, I remember I prayed a prayer. I said, Lord, if I don't put Turks and Caicos on the map with music, I want to be a part of whoever does do it. So, with having the opportunity to work down to the youth center with people who's interested in doing music, or even still working with my brothers here, just doing whatever, just being behind the scenes. I remember when we did Brighter Day with the Mosque Choir, we did it with the Mosque Choir in Chicago. When I sat down inside the engineer booth, inside that couch, I was like, this is where I want to spend the rest of the day.
This was good for you.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, this is it.
Right.
As a matter of fact, you didn't need to bring me no food.
You're home right now,
So, Livy, can I plug the Blinga O, the YouTube? Please, guys, I'm on all platforms, everything. Go, please, check out some of my music, stream. This is it. Show some love. You know what I mean? Download 99 cents.
I got one more question, Big Blinga. Guys, please follow.
Yeah.
Support your boy. And from a lady living knowing Blackout from a young age, Blinga, Blackout, would you mind signing my A1s at the end of this interview? Any artist that I feel have a legendary stance, I want to make sure I fill them shoes.
But yo,
so
I like
I want
this.
y'all to like, please, at the end,
Sure.
will you do me the honor of
Sure.
my A1s?
But yo, I like this though. This is what we need. See, this is how we put the local artists and local anything on the forefront.
No, definitely.
You know what I mean? This is it. This is a start.
I must
Thank
say,
you, guys.
I appreciate you. I appreciate this show and everything, because at the end of the day, it's like,
This is the start.
it was said to me before this interview, you give the roses while they're alive.
Yeah, that's for real.
When I got the call, it was like, you want to interview you for Black? I was like,
Yeah, he called me, and I'm like, what?
I was like, it almost seems like, oh, it's a practical joke or something like that. Like,
No, you think, and let me,
but,
yo.
you know, but it's
Yeah.
like, when I was seeing it, I'd be honest with you, for the rest of the day, I was on cloud nine. Not because saying being on TV was because somebody recognized
what we did, bro.
You know, and it's like,
Got to.
Yeah, Libby, I feel it, because I say it so many times, man. Because there's this one guy I know at work. He's a security. Eustace know him. He always come to me and he always take me down memory lane. He just like, bro, you remember when you did this? Remember when you did that? And I'm looking at him like, yo, you know what I mean? I see how it impacted him in his young age, coming up, and now he sees me and he's telling me all these things. I was a part of his growing up.
Yep.
And it's not just him, it's a lot more, but they'll never say it. They'll never tell you that.
I can be honest.
You'd never know. You die not knowing.
I gotta give credit to L32. Because I can be honest with you, he's probably one of the main reasons why Blackout even came to fruition.
Right.
A lot of people don't know. When Brighter Day was at its peak, and they used to tell me they used to sing this in schools. I remember I got so down and depressed. I was like, something, this doesn't even make no sense. Nobody's whatever, and I don't want to do this. L32 was like, hold on, I come right back. He went somewhere and I can't remember if it's 2 hops. Anyway, he got this guy. He brought him back to the place. He said, listen, talk to him. Now keep in mind, I knew this guy from way back then. But he came like, you do
Right.
that? And he's like, yo, you don't know how that song affected me. Like,
Right.
when I getting off and I hear it on, I gotta go listen to the radio and it keep my mind. And I'm like,
Man.
that there.
Yeah.
The reaction that I got from how people reacted to that song is the reason why I decided to say, you know something? I could continue.
Yeah.
And then from that, hooking up with Blinger and everybody we got together and the magic we did over the years, that is the reason why Blackout came. So I got to give credit to him and all the local artists that we work with, Keenum and Kaz, Jack Nasty, everybody, you know what I'm saying? You, Kylon, all those guys. I got to give credit to is the love, Spliff, God rest the dead. Heat Wave, Homicide, Lynn.
For sure.
Lynn's still doing her thing with
Lynn's still
Cuban
on
Links,
it.
And those is that camaraderie, is that love that you get from your peers that's doing it.
Yep.
Not that competition, I better than you, but it's that love. What can we do? You got a style different from me, but when we come together, we put together something that's so unique,
Yeah.
And people saying to you, yo, you got something I like, continue.
Yeah.
I saying to you, something like giving you your roses. So like this show and all this thing, I gotta give credit to you all and I appreciate it and love you all to the death of me, I mean, at the end of the day.
So Eustace, are you gonna release a song anytime soon?
Me and him we working on something. Oh, my daughter.
His daughter, bro.
Yeah, my daughter was 13 years old
She
and
got a crazy
she's following in my footsteps.
Right.
Almost exceeding them. So some of the things she write. Sometimes when she sings, Daddy, you want to hear that? I'm like,
I heard the first. I heard one song. Impressive. It was really
I
impressive.
must give both of you guys on, man. Got your little
I got my squad.
Yeah, they moving up. I see you guys.
So when she comes in, she's like, Daddy, I'm like, you write that? Who you steal it from?
Right.
Because where her mind's at, the lyrics how she put it together, I'm like, you're not supposed to be knowing this stuff.
Right.
That's good, man.
You know what I'm saying? So some songs she put an idea to me and I'm like, you know something? Send me that. I gotta go build a beat for it.
That's great support right there.
So it's like that love.
Yeah.
You can't beat. I want to see the next generation. I want to see somebody from the Turks and Caicos Island out there on the map. Whether it's with rapping, singing, acting, modeling, sport, whatever it is and stuff that you love to do. That's not just being in the hotel industry or whatever the case may be. Shout out to the hotel industry.
No, but you wanted to see them out the box.
Yeah,
TCI.
dream.
Living their dreams. Living their,
You got to give love to Tess.
Big shout out to Tess. For sure.
Tess and then all the people who did it before, Barbara Johnson, these are the people who made Blackout, who made the music, and you guys giving us our credit right now. The people who helped us and get us where we are and who gave us the support, and You say, but naming names, I get in trouble because I know I forget
Yeah,
some
you gonna
names.
forget
but
someone. They gonna come to you like, you
I
know.
heard the production team can beat stuff. I heard the production team can beat things.
Yeah, so beep
But
all
yo,
those names.
I was saying that I'm just gonna say big up to my team, you know what I mean? The team, everybody. Big up to everybody who play the music, everybody who share WhatsApp, you know, everybody who show up to the video shoots.
Yeah.
Next video shoot, Libby gonna be in it. And please guys, dollar is out, go check it out. Check out all of my music. I got good music.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Really good music, for sure.
Big ups, guys.
I may speak English, so y'all could understand, you hear me? I'm just saying.
So, guys, I want to give a big thank you to you guys first and foremost. Thank you for coming out. I think it was necessary that the culture know where it all originated from. They need to know. Sometimes they're not educated.
We used to go by Clement Hall High School. You know how much people who I work with right now, bro, used to tell me like, yo, when you came by the school, I was in this grade.
Also want to thank Open Thought for providing a platform where you guys can be exposed.
Definitely.
They can know the history.
Yeah.
And it's your girl, Lady Lives, out here on the ones and twos, bringing you that tribal sound, that tribal noise. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Bro said, watch everyone that's around you, them boys that you keep around ain't your G's. I told bro that my face card good like US money in the West Indies. They won't talk about cash, but long time since cash been king. I'm doing 419 straight P's. Hundreds in the trap, real G's rate me. Some man won't blow trees. But word on the street is you broke, but we don't give off good leave for free. So even the ops get things off me. The man want throw B's and C's.